Coming up on this live Monday edition of DITV News, we bring you the latest on the disappearance of Mollie Tibbets. And later, we recap all that happened during Iowa Week, including the highly anticipated tradition of kickoff at Kinnick.
We'll catch you up on a couple of Hawkeyes who will be sitting out Week 1 against Northern Illinois.
And we'll give you a look at two coaches in the Big Ten making national headlines.
A few thunderstorms, some rain, and comfortable temperatures. Find out more on weather.
We have these stories and more coming right up. DITV News starts right now. Good morning, thanks for tuning in to this live Monday edition of DITV News. I'm Zatz. As classes begin today, family and friends of missing student Mollie Tibbets are still looking for answers. Tibbets from Brooklyn, Iowa disappeared just over a month ago, and while there hasn't been any contact with her since, family and officials remain hopeful. And now standing by in the studio's DITV News reporter Becca Scadden to bring us more on this investigation. Becca, what do officials know?
Well, Sydney, there's still a lot that they just aren't sure on. Mollie Tibbets was last seen on July 18th, but officials are combing through information leading up to and after Tibbets' disappearance. Here's what we know. On Monday, July 16th, Tibbets' boyfriend of 2 years, Dalton Jack, last saw her in person. The next day, Jack left his home in Brooklyn around 5 a.m. to drive to his job located 50 miles away. The plan was for Tibbets to stay at his home to look after his dog. The next day, on Wednesday, July 18th, Tibbets was seen out on a run by members of the community, wearing a black sports bra, running shorts, and running shoes. Loved ones also believe she was wearing her Fitbit at the time because she was an avid runner who tracked her progress. That evening, her boyfriend opened a Snapchat from Tibbets, who appeared to be inside. The next morning, Jack sent Tibbets a message, but it was never opened. Around the same time, Tibbets' coworker called Jack to inform him that his girlfriend never showed up for work, something that was unlike the 20-year-old to do. Jack contacted Tibbets' family, who had also not heard from her that day. That night, Tibbets was reported missing to the police. Over the next few days, thousands of people across the state plastered Mollie's face on posters, flyers, and across social media. Officials narrowed down the search to a few specific areas around Brooklyn after searching high-traffic areas and a local hog farm. Officials confirmed shortly after that her boyfriend and brothers were cleared as suspects in the case. After looking through Tibbets' laptop and social media information, all they can confirm is that Tibbets was doing homework the night she disappeared, contacting nobody since. Possible sightings of Mollie in Iowa and Missouri have been reported. All of them have been negative. The family of Tibbets have told the media and authorities that they still believe that she's alive and with someone that she knows. Family says that she's well-liked and this disappearance is completely out of character. In Sydney, as of this past week, no new information has been reported contributing to this case.
Becca, before you go, has the university released any information regarding Mollie's disappearance?
Yes, the university expressed their concern for Mollie, saying that their thoughts are with her family and friends. They also stressed that they'd be willing to do whatever they can to help with the case.
Becca Scadden live in the newsroom, thank you. Officials have set up a website dedicated for updates and a place to leave tips. You can find this information and more by visiting findingmollie.iowa.gov. You can also contact law enforcement by calling 800-452-1111. Last April, Iowa teen Jake Wilson disappeared from his home in LaPorte City, Iowa, while walking by Wolf Creek. The investigation has received hundreds of tips from every part of the country. Last Thursday, a press conference was held in Wilson's hometown, revealing some significant information. Officials said that on Tuesday, August 14th, remains were found around the same area where Jake disappeared. The investigators have declined to say if those remains have been identified as Jake Wilson, but LaPorte City Police Chief Chris Breacher reported that DNA testing results could take weeks. Stay tuned to DITV News for more updates on this case. The Crisis Center of Johnson County opened a food bank warehouse edition last Thursday. Residents of Johnson County can receive grocery assistance once a week, which provides non-perishables, produce, dairy, and bakery items, as well as health and hygiene items, which are all available through donations. The food bank is open Monday through Friday, and hours can be found on their website at www.jccrisiscenter.org or call by phone at 319-351-0128. More on the story can be found today in the print edition of the Daily Iowan. And today it was a little bit rainy, but can we see some storms later on the first day of school? We have John Chenoweth standing by in the weather studio to bring us more. John?
Thanks, Sydney. Well, it's the first day of classes for the 2018 and 2019 school year, and I'm sure some of you are happy to be back, and others maybe not so much. I know I'm glad to be back, but unfortunately, I am not so excited about today's upcoming forecast. This afternoon will bring thunderstorms and rain with an afternoon high temperature of 77 degrees. Tonight you can expect scattered thunderstorms, a little bit of rain, and a low temperature of 65 degrees. Let's take a look at our extended forecast. Tomorrow you will see partly cloudy skies with an afternoon high temperature of 75 degrees and an overnight low temperature of 55 degrees. On Wednesday you can expect mostly sunny skies with afternoon high temperatures in the upper 70s and overnight low temperatures in the mid 50s. Thursday brings partly cloudy skies with afternoon highs in the lower 80s and at night low temperatures in the lower 60s. Scattered thunderstorms on Friday with afternoon high temperatures in the lower 80s and overnight low temperatures in the upper 60s. Finally, on Saturday, expect mostly sunny skies with afternoon high temperatures in the upper 80s and at night low temperatures in the upper 60s. Well, there you have it for this week's forecast. It is looking great, and as a personal bonus, I only have to worry about my basement leaking 2 times this week with the rain coming later today and Friday. Can't wait. That's all I have for you guys today. Guys, back to you.
Well, John, you might want to call your landlord about that basement. Dogs, football, and free food, what more could you ask for? With students heading back to class today, the Welcome Week activities are in full swing. Today at Gibson Park from 11 to 1:30, you can play with service dogs in training and practice your tailgate games in preparation for football season, all while enjoying some free treats. Welcome events began last week in order to greet our newest Hawkeyes, the class of 2022. Iowa takes place this week before classes start, offering numerous events to help them adjust to their new home. Iowa Week is the official welcome event for incoming freshmen and transfer students, offering a wide variety of activities to get new students accustomed to campus. Freshmen were bused to Target and Coralville to get all the essentials they needed for their new homes. And Dance Marathon also hosted a dance party to spread the word about Dance Marathon and to get the new students involved. To cap it all off, President Bruce Harold and his wife Mary hosted a huge block party to celebrate the new school year. One of the most highly anticipated events during Iowa Week is Kickoff at Kinnick. This event is the yearly tradition that allows first-year students rare access to the Kinnick field, while also being officially welcomed to campus. DITV News reporter Kennedy Cook takes a look.
What's up, Hawks? Welcome to the 2018 Kickoff at Kinnick. On Iowa! Kickoff at Kinnick is an annual tradition here at the University of Iowa that welcomes students into the Hawkeye family. The night consists of music, games, live performances from both the University of Iowa's Dance Marathon and Dance Team, and an array of other Hawkeye traditions. I had the chance to speak with On Iowa leader Kate Garrett, who shared with me the significance of Kickoff at Kinnick.
Our On Iowa program, and it's an opportunity for us to get all the students together and have a shared experience, get them to learn some of our traditions at the university, and let them have an opportunity to come on the field.
One tradition in particular, the human eye that first-year students form on Kinnick's field. And what better way to top off such an eventful night than an annual fireworks show? Reporting from Kinnick Stadium, this is Kennedy Cook, DITV News.
And with today being the first day of classes, students are starting to get back into a routine. But a few Hawkeye football players might have to wait a little bit longer for things to return to normal. With more in the sports studio is Beau, Bowman, and Lucy Rohden. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Sydney. Over the past month, 4 Iowa football players have been suspended for the Hawkeyes' opening game against Northern Illinois for various reasons.
Head coach Kirk Ferentz announced on August 8th that Alaric Jackson and Cedric Lattimore will be suspended for the first game for violating team rules.
And then on top of that, Tristan Wirfs and Brady Reef will also be suspended for that Northern Illinois game for alcohol-related incidents.
Kirk Ferentz spoke on Media Day and explained the suspensions.
4 of those players will not be with us in the first game for violating team policy over the course of the last several months. And we've dealt with that. We'll continue to deal with that through the suspension, and then moving forward, very, very eager to get the guys back in good standing and get them moving forward and have them be contributing members of our football team.
But players aren't the only ones in trouble in the Big Ten.
Ohio State's head coach Urban Meyer is on paid administrative leave amid an investigation into whether he knew a former assistant coach was abusing his wife.
The investigation was originally supposed to end yesterday, but no announcement has been made on Meyer's status as head coach.
Meyer said he did not know of the incidents at Big Ten Media Day on July 24th, but a report from former ESPN writer Brett McMurphy claimed otherwise. Here's Meyer at Big Ten Media Day.
I think the details that I'm obligated to give, I gave. You're talking about people's lives, etc. So the decision was made. It's time to move forward. And we are in a public world. I try not to operate, especially when you're talking about personnel and people, making things because it became public. But to say that doesn't have something to do with it, it does a little bit. But I do understand the value of it's the Ohio State University is bigger than all of us, and so you have to do what's right by them.
And Meyer isn't even the only coach on the hot seat. Maryland head coach DJ Durkin is under investigation for his involvement in a workout that killed offensive lineman Jordan McNair.
Speculating college football experts claim that Durkin's return to coaching does not look bright, but be sure to stick with DITV's continuous coverage of these coaching investigations.
Now, in lighter news, the Iowa women's soccer team got their first victory of the season.
Iowa beat the Creighton Blue Jays yesterday afternoon. The Hawks got things started in the second half with a Natalie Winters penalty shot for their first goal.
And then freshman Riley Whitaker put away her first collegiate goal that gave Iowa the 2-0 victory over the Blue Jays.
The Hawks' next game will be in Minneapolis against nationally ranked Washington State on August 26th. But that's all we've got for you in the sports studio today. Come back tomorrow for a look at a new coach right here at the University of Iowa and a look back at Volleyball Media Days.
And stick with us all week long as we preview players and position groups on the Iowa football team leading up to that season opener against Northern Illinois. Sydney, back to you.
Thanks, guys. And with the Hawkeye football team less than 2 weeks away from opening day, we leave you today with some coverage of Big Ten media. For DITV News, I'm Sydney Zatz. Have a great first day, Hawkeyes, and stay dry out there.
So we went around yesterday and asked all the players who their favorite mascot was and their least favorite. So now I'm out to see who's the best and what I can get them to do. Mascot that's hit on me today. Beat Gophie like Iowa did.
Gophie.
Sparty and the Nittany Lion kind of freaked me out because they both hit on me. But I'm going to say that obviously Herky's the best because, come on. And I can't pick a worst. Actually, all the teams that don't have a mascot are the worst. That's my final answer.